It's your boy Oscino Fly back with another review, and this time we are reviewing Lloyd Banks' The Course of the Inevitable. Lloyd Banks, rapper out of Queens, New York, you know, formerly G-Unit member, formerly known for being on G-Unit, the PLK, the Punchline King, you know, one of the illest lyricists in the game. You know, Lloyd Banks, I would say, you know, growing up, he was one of my favorite rappers. When I used to, because I live in Maryland, when I used to go up to New York to visit my grandparents, I used to listen to Hot 97 all the time. And when G-Unit showed up, I never left my room. When I tell you I listened to everything that was in there, the infamous when they took over the studio and everybody was in there freestyling, I was actually up in New York for that. And when I tell you, I like everything like he was spitting to me was just solid gold. It was just, that's how I feel about Lloyd Banks. It's just, he's just an immaculate artist. I feel like he should be where Drake is at, or at least where Kanye is. I feel like that's where Lloyd Banks should be. But you know, he's a man of the people, so we just leave it at that. So, with that being said, when he dropped The Course of the Inevitable, or Cody for short, I definitely was going to check it out. And before I even listened to the album, I made a guarantee that said, Lloyd Banks is going to have Album of the Year. And I may be right. This album, it fits Lloyd Banks' personality, it fits his rap style perfectly, that grit and grimy New York sound. One thing I would say, as much as he is a PLK, he is evolved into a great storyteller rapper too. He's evolved into like someone where his witty rhymes and his sayings, like, it will last long with you, and the beats that he chooses with it definitely matches his style. So especially when you start off with Propane, I feel like Propane was definitely a good way to start off an album. Empathy, him and Freddie Gibbs, definitely, he might be the feature king. He's definitely going to have Lloyd Banks and him go real solid back and forth. Formaldehyde, it took me a while to say that word. Formaldehyde with Benny the Butcher, I feel like this is one of the more solid tracks on here. Food with Styles P. Crown, that's a real good one. Some of my other favorite ones on here, Stranger Things. And the best thing about this one, because I love 50 Cent too, as much as I was a big G-Unit fan. So like, when they broke up, I was sad about it. But at the same time, it's like that grown man, I understood. So when this was like a pen letter to like 50 Cent, and you can hear it, like, it's a real nice song. And you could tell like Banks has not lost a step when it comes to his rapping. Like, Drop 5 is probably one of his better tracks on here, like all the beats. And I've always said I love the New York boom bap, and like it just needs some evolvement. Like, it needs to evolve just like, you know, just like how trap beats evolve and the 808s evolve. And I feel like it does this. I feel like yes, they're dark and gritty, and it feels like you're in there with them, but it's also an evolved sound to where it sounds beautiful. Like, every track that's produced on here, I do not have a problem with. It's beautiful. Now, I will say, you may have to be in a mood to listen to this. If you are in that mood, you're gonna love it even more. Even if you're not in the mood, you're going to love it. And especially like with Dishonorable Discharge with Vado, especially if you miss that New York rap, that New York sound, this is definitely something to get into. I love the way he ends it with Cody. I love that one. So overall, I've been waiting for this since, you know, All or Nothing, like your All or Nothing series, the AON, because I thought AON Live It Up, like both your All or Nothing mixtapes, I felt like those were some of your best work. And most people would say Cold Corner 2, which is really good too, but I also feel like this is really one of your best work. So, and especially like coming from you, I feel like you give a high standard, even though like you don't get talked much when it comes to your albums. You still give a high standard when it comes to your shit. And I'm happy that I listened to this. I like banged this from start to finish. I've been banging this from start to finish ever since I heard it. Like I said, I definitely will put this up for contention of Album of the Year. Like, this is some of the best stuff I've heard. I know most people would say J. Cole, which is probably 1A and 1B. I don't know yet, but like I said, 1A could be like Lloyd Banks Cody, and 1B could be J. Cole's album. So with that being said, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I feel like this is good. I feel like this is definitely a complete album. I feel like you done definitely showed your ass on this one. You definitely showed people why you're POK. You're like one of the most feared rappers when it came to features. Like, all that to me. Like, you did your thing. And I feel like, I hope I hear more from you, because it's like, I feel like this is the type of the stuff, like me personally, as a fan, this is the type of stuff I be looking forward to every time you drop. And if you drop stuff like this, I'm always be satisfied. So yes, you earned this 9 out of 10. I would say this could be contention of album of the year. I will guarantee it. I don't know if it's gonna win no awards, but other rappers have given your props to this album, so I could be on to something. So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like I'm rating this too high? Am I rating it too low? Even though I said 9 out of 10. What was y'all favorite tracks on here? Let me know in the comment sections. Till then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I am out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove of rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rollin'.
Pharaoh.
Aha!